You open Excel, make a nice little table, and then it starts. Borders, click, click, click. Filters, click. Copy your formulas, double click. Type total at the bottom, add the formulas, click to make them bold. Then you add a new row and have to repeat it all over again. Formatting's a mess, forcing you to use the format painter. Your formulas need filling down, your totals are wrong, now you're wasting time editing formulas, and the pivot table is ignoring your new data. Just stop it. Your tables are begging for a glow up. Imagine a table that actually updates itself and even refreshes your pivot tables without lifting a finger. Let's dive into that reality. To insert the table, you can press Ctrl-T or on the Home tab of the ribbon, Format as Table, select the style that you want from the gallery. It's detected that my table has headers, click OK, and just like that, you've built a table that actually belongs to this sanctuary. Now take a moment because this is where your Excel table problems start fading away. No need to adjust ranges or fix formulas every time you add new data. These Excel tables take care of it. Just type in the next row and the table expands automatically. Formatting stays, formulas copy down. It's like the table already knows what you're trying to do and just does it. When you're writing formulas like equals E4 times F4, you have no idea what you're multiplying until you double check the column names. But with Excel tables, formulas use structured references. As we can see here, units sold multiplied by cost price to give us the cost of goods sold. You see exactly what you're calculating. It's clearer, more readable, and it works beautifully in longer formulas too. Usually you write a formula and you have to copy it down, but did you notice in the table you write it once and Excel fills the rest for you? And if you ever want to change just one value, you can. Just override it. You'll get a notification that this cell is inconsistent with the column formula, and you can choose to ignore the error. That said, I recommend you try and keep your formulas consistent in a column, so I'm going to Ctrl-Z to undo that. And that will just help you avoid errors down the track. If you need totals, go to the Table Design tab and check the box for total row, and Excel does the rest. And not just sum, you can choose from average, count numbers, max, min, etc. Of course, in this column, it makes sense to have the sum, likewise here, but you might be interested to see the maximum cost price and the minimum sales price, for example. And when you filter the table, for example, let's just look at the government channel, you can see the formulas automatically adjust, no extra work. And if you want to clear the filter, go back in and clear filter from segment. If you need to move a column in a normal range, that's a whole operation. Cut, insert, and hope nothing breaks. But with Excel tables, just grab the column including the header, left click and drag, and release. That's it. Everything stays connected. Formulas, formatting, totals, etc. Want to remove a column? You don't need to triple check what's below or worry about deleting the wrong thing. Simply right click any cell, delete, table columns. Excel clears it from the table and nothing else. If you've got a long table and you need to select a whole column, forget dragging down with your mouse or messing about with keyboard shortcuts like Ctrl, Shift and down arrow. In an Excel table, just hover above the top of the column until your mouse changes to a down arrow. Left click once to select the column, left click again to select it, including the header. Works like a charm, especially when your tables are thousands of rows deep. Now filtering with drop-down menus works, but it could be smoother. Slicers make it visual, so click anywhere in your table on the Table Design tab, Insert Slicer. Here you can choose from any of the columns. For example, let's insert a slicer for the products. We'll pop it over here beside the table, and now you've got clean, clickable buttons right on your sheet. If you want them horizontal, change the number of columns, left click and drag to change the size of the slicer. You can also color code it in keeping with your theme. You can customize everything. It's like giving your table a built-in dashboard. Let's make some space at the top and pop it above our table. If you've ever used formulas to check for duplicates, you'll love this. With Excel tables, just go to the Table Design tab and then click Remove Duplicates. Pick the columns that define what a duplicate means. In my case, I want to find duplicates across all columns, so I can simply click OK, It found 3 duplicates and it's removed them with 16 unique values remaining. Perfect. Excel's cleared it out, no functions and no extra conditional formatting steps. In a regular range, if you add new rows and add in new data, your formulas don't automatically include that data. Tables solve that. For example, instead of referencing the profit column with sum I4 through to I19, we can use the table structured reference. Simply place your mouse pointer at the top of the column. When it changes to the down arrow, left click once. You can see it's picked up the table structure reference consisting of the table name and the column name. Close parentheses, and there's the result. And if I add new data to this table, keep your eye on the number up here, it's going to automatically update to include that new data. And this works whether your table is 10 rows or 100,000 rows. It will automatically include that new data in the table. Normally, if you add new rows to your source data, your pivot table ignores them, unless you manually update the pivot table source range by going in Change Source Data and referencing it again, which is a pain. Instead, with tables, all we need to do is reference the table name, click OK. Now my table and pivot table are linked. If I add new data, let's go and add a new row. I'll paste it in. All I need to do now is right-click the pivot table and refresh, or if you have Microsoft 365 on the Pivot Table Analyze tab, we now have Auto Refresh. So now if I add new data or edit the table, the pivot table automatically updates without you having to lift a finger. If this is new to you, imagine how much more Excel is hiding from you. You'll find plenty more in my videos, but if you're ready to seriously level up, I've got step-by-step courses that will fast-track your skills so you can surprise your boss with things they thought were impossible. I'll leave the links in the description and pin comment so you can find them easily. Alright, now that your tables are actually doing the work, let me give you a sneak peek at some pro-level moves. Got messy data like this employee entitlement balance report that needs sorting out before it even touches your formulas? On the Data tab, you can load your Excel table into Power Query, and in there you can filter rows to remove what you don't need, replace values, fill empty cells, pivot the data, fill up those empty rows and then filter what you don't need, remove any redundant columns, rearrange the order, rename them to what you want, and sort it into a logical order, all without touching the raw data. And then you can close and load it to a fresh table in your file, or direct to a pivot table report or pivot chart, or even add it to the Power Pivot data model. And if your data updates, go to the Data tab and click Refresh All, and Power Query does the rest. Because Excel tables are structured, they connect beautifully to charts and slices, enabling you to build interactive dashboards that filter with one click. And when your data grows, everything updates with the click of the Refresh All button. So you can see tables make dashboards effortless. By default, Excel gives your tables names like Table 1 or Table 2, as you can see here, but you can rename them to something more meaningful like sales data. So now your formulas can easily be written without even using the mouse. All I need to do is type in the name of the table, tab to accept it, then if I want to reference a specific column, open with a square bracket, start to type in the column name, use your arrows to navigate the list, tab to insert it, close the square bracket, close sum, and there's my formula without even using the mouse. Plus, it's more organized and easier to manage when you have multiple tables across many sheets. These pro-level tricks are great, but my favorite? Power Query. It's like Excel's personal cleaning crew. Messy, inconsistent data? Gone. Perfect, ready-to-use tables? Done. And once you set it up, you never clean the same thing twice. Just hit refresh and you let it get on with it. If you want to see it in action, I've got a quick 9-minute tutorial that will change how you handle data forever. So click here to watch it. And hey, if you feel like it, drop a comment there saying you came from this video. I'll see you there.